Alright, so what's up everybody? Welcome back to J&L Garage. Starting a new video today. In the background, just to let you guys know, this video is being filmed as the concrete's being done for the shop. Now hopefully the shop video is going to come out before this video, but I'm not sure. It's just kind of according to how it goes. And I just found a piece of evidence for the beginning of this video. So, we're working on the old Chevy today in this video. So a couple days ago, me and my wife took this thing to get some food in town. It needed to be drove. I try to drive it once every 2 weeks or so. And as you can see, we got some belts up here. Battery charger. The battery went dead. Now luckily we made it there and made it back. And I noticed over about the course of about a month, it seemed weaker and weaker every time I tried to crank it up. I thought that probably the crappy cheap starter I put on here was going out in one of the first videos. I figured for sure that thing's toast. It's going away already. But turns out the battery was dead. What the crap? Why is my battery going dead? My alternator must not be charging. Well, I get under here, and this is what I see. No belt. No belt going to the alternator. Now this belt for the air compressor has been gone. I cut this because the air compressor's got a bad squeal in it, like it's going bad. Eventually I want to get this hooked back up and try it, but this is on its own circuit. It runs off the power steering. Off of this power steering pulley here, comes off the back to the air compressor. Still had power steering, and my voltmeter works in this truck, but the lights on the dash and stuff don't hardly work. And when we were driving it last, it was dark. Couldn't tell. Well, I just seen this. I had no idea this was in here. But these old dry rotted belts, this belt just finally went kaput on me for whatever reason, whenever. I don't know how long I've been driving it like this. But the battery finally died on me, wouldn't crank. So today we're getting some new belts put on. Now I've got some other parts coming in. They're hopefully going to be here today, and I'm hopefully going to be able to put them in this same video. And if they make it here in time and I put them in this video, then you'll see them. And if not, then we'll just make another video. But when I went and bought the belt for the alternator, I also went on ahead and I bought a new belt for the power steering, because I'm sure both of these have been on here probably about the same amount of time. They're both super old and dry rotted. So we're going to go ahead and put two new belts on. Two of the imported belts. These two are definitely the most important, right? You got power steering, and then you got one going to your alternator here. Now, luckily, both of these run off the crank pulley. They both have a drive on the crank pulley down there, if I can get it to focus. So right down there, see, they both have. So luckily, even if my power steering belt breaks, as long as I have my alternator belt, I'm still going to be running my water pump. Which is awesome. That it kind of scared me whenever that belt broke, because I didn't know when this belt might break. But that's kind of a relief. But nonetheless, they both need to be changed. I really should have done this when I should have went ahead and changed all the belts whenever I started, because it's a rubber. And it's been sitting under the sun and the weather for so long that they're just naturally going to deteriorate. But no big deal, no worries. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get two new ones put on today, and then later on we're going to try out the air compressor and see if we can get it to work. Who knows? None of this air compressor lines have been disconnected. AC might work. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it still has any charge in it at all, but it could still work. But I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to get to taking the fan and clutch off, so that way we can move the pulley around, so that way we can get the old belt off of the power steering and get the new belt put on. That way we can get the alternator belt put on. So stay tuned. Alright, so sorry for any of the wind noise. We're also in the Camaro, so she's a little loud. But just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. So I figured out that one of my studs is missing for the water pump pulley, which is also the stud that the clutch and fan mount to. So we're just heading to town real quick. I'm going to pick up a brand new pack of those studs, and then I'm also going to get some non-locking nuts to go on there. And I'm going to actually Loctite those studs with low strength Loctite into the water pump pulley, so that way they don't back out, because I just had one back out with the nut on it still. That's kind of annoying to me. You know, I hope I don't have to pull that off really often, but still don't like the way that works. So we're in old Trusty today. It's warm enough to get her out. Hopefully we'll have some content coming on her soon with the new shock coming and all. But we're gonna go get those studs. I'm gonna get back to working on the Chevy, and I'll show you guys what we come up with. All right, you guys, so we made it back. I've gotten the old studs out, and it took me a while to find the right studs, because the parts store, their GM studs were not fine thread. So this part here, if I can get the camera to focus, so that top part there is the part that actually goes into the water pump, and it is fine thread, whereas this is coarse. So the original set that I grabbed, and luckily I looked at it, that said GM were coarse thread on both sides. So I ended up having to go with a Carburetor stud kit, which they're a little bit longer, but I think they're still going to work. But I'm going to throw them in and see if they'll work real quick, and then I'll update you guys as I go. All right, well, another epic fail. So I managed to check the length of the studs, and the studs have all started in. That one right there is the one where the original stud was missing. So, what I was going to do was I was going to lock two nuts on this end here and run that on in there. The threads just need cleaning out, because it is going in there. It's just a little rough. But I failed to check the nuts. So the nuts are meant to go on the fine threaded side of these studs, which are now in the water pump. So, kind of screwed that one up. However, luckily my dad's in town, so he's going by and picking us up some the right threaded nuts to go on these studs. So that way we can hopefully finish this up, because I've got something else I need to do today, which is going to be in another video. Get you guys out of the sun for the Dodge. Alright, you guys, so my dad showed up with the correct threaded nuts for me. With a huge shout out to him. I have gone on ahead and put on one belt, because I'm running out of daylight. And I've got another video I'm wanting to do today and get done, because I need to get this on this truck today. But I have checked the studs, as you can see here, and with the water pump and the fan all the way on there, the problem I thought I might run into is no issue at all, because I thought these studs would be too long and I wouldn't be able to get a nut started on here. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. Which is awesome. So I'm going to slide this fan back off. I'm going to get the belt for the alternator at least put on here, on these two pulleys. That way I don't have to push it over the fan blades. And then I'm going to go ahead and get this fan and clutch assembly bolted up. And then I will show you guys, or then I'll let you guys know what's up with the alternator belt. All right, so we've got it all on. I've actually just test ran it already, because it had sat here so long not running that the fuel pump needed to be cranked for a little while, I was sure of, and of course it did. But belts are fine, and it is back up there running the voltage it's supposed to. I'll fire it up real quick and show you guys that. There's our voltmeter here. Uh-oh. There it went. So we're up there at 14 volts again, like we're supposed to be, which is awesome. So, with that being said, you guys, that pretty much sums it up for this one. Took me a lot longer to get this done than I wanted it to, and than I thought it would. But nonetheless, it's done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are enjoying this the restoration on this old truck. We're slowly getting it there. And at some point in time, we're really going to take off on the actual restoration for it. You know, stripping this thing down and doing a full restoration on it. And I definitely want to document it. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune back in with us soon. Hopefully, we're gonna have some more content rolling out more frequently. So, till next time.